How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video. So today, sorry it's been a little bit of a long break, been a couple weeks since I made my last video, but we're going diving again today. I'm gonna go out with my friend whose name is also Zach. He's one of my friends from UH, and we're gonna shoot it out after class to a zone that I know of that has a bunch of fish. There's always a good amount of goats, a lot of ekinonos. I've shot some good ones over there before. Usually has some omilus, yellow spots occasionally, and there's always moo and stuff like that. So we're gonna send it out there, see what we can get. I'm gonna bring the 3-prong as well to see if maybe I can get some Aweoweos and patchis and stuff like that. And then gonna try to shoot some stuff with the gun as well. But it's a really hit or miss spot, so not guaranteed that I'm gonna be able to shoot anything, but hopefully we get lucky, run into some good fish. But yeah, sorry once again if I don't get a catch and cook done for this video. I do apologize, and it's for the same reason that I took a little bit of a break. Been a little more busy with school and work and trying to find the balance with diving and stuff like that, especially because the school year just started. But I'm starting to figure it out now. Gonna start putting out more videos as time goes on, just trying to get used to the whole scheduling thing. But yeah, that's all I got. I'll see you guys in the water. Shoot. Alright guys, so to start off the dive, I went out, took some deeper-ish drops with the gun. Wasn't seeing too much fish around, so I decided to grab my 3-prong, move in a little bit shallower where there was more structure, and try our luck on the inside. Saw that nice little white tip go inside the hole, and this isn't about 50 feet. And I'm looking around, checking out the holes, because Zach said that there had been some big patchis when he took a drop right before me, and a nice one comes out right here, so I line up, shoot him, good sized patchi, and then I reload the spear, take him off, and then I try to drop down so I could actually see inside the hole, inside the underneath of the rocks. I'm looking around, not seeing too many good sized ones. Line up on a good one here, but he darts away back into the cave where I can't even see him anymore. And then after that, didn't see anything else really. Try to line up on another decent one here, but once again, same story. Dives back into the cave, so decide to go back up after that one. So going down on another manpachi hole here. And you can see there are already some of them coming out of the hole, and they seemed a little bit skittish today. Not too sure why. Maybe somebody dove here earlier in the day or something like that and already shot at them. But I turn here and I see there's a bunch of them on my left. And I line up on a decent one here. Once again, reloading the spear, but again, after looking around for a while, I didn't really see anything else. There were some good sized ones in the hole, but like I said, they were being super finicky for some reason. So I decided to go down a little bit. I didn't want to shoot into the same hole twice. So I went down a little bit, tried to look inside of this cave, but didn't see any good sized ones. So dropping down in the same area, because when I did that check down the other side, down my right hand side, the caves were pretty shallow, so there wasn't a lot of fish in them. So I decided to see if I could get a couple more out of here. And then I see a nice Aweoweo sitting with the patchis. So I line up on him instead, because, you know, I would always rather have Aweoweo. Like I mentioned before, one of my favorite fish to fry on the reef. Definitely in my top 3. Decent sized one right there. Went out back to the first zone that I dropped on in the first clip. Because with patchis, I don't like to shoot inside this, especially if they're being really skittish. I don't like to shoot in the same hole a bunch of times because it can mess them up for the future. They might not be as calm in the future, so I kind of try and move around and rotate between them. So looking in this hole, lined up on another nice patchi. And ideally when I'm diving for 3-prong fish, whether it's kole, aholehole, patchi, whatever it is, those fish that school up a lot and you can pick off more than one in one drop, I usually try my best to do that. I actually missed there, but the great thing about 3-prongs, you can reload, you get another shot. So I'm looking here, trying to find another target to line up on. And I see this nice patchi here. And just barely got him by his tail. But yeah, like I was saying, ideally I like to be shooting more than one per drop just to make things more efficient. And then I just really quickly get what I'm gonna eat, and then can put the 3-prong away and try and focus on maybe shooting some bigger stuff or finding taco, finding shells, whatever it may be. But today it was tough. They were being super not cooperative, not as much as they usually are anyway. So I'm going back down on a different cave that was next to the one I just dropped on. And I'm looking in here and I'm trying to find a good size one. A lot of the ones that were coming to the front and coming actually in range of my 3-prong were smaller, too small for where I'd be willing to shoot them. But I see a nice Aweoweo come up, so I line up on him. I get that shot, and then I'm just another really beautiful size Aweoweo. And then I'm looking around here and I see another one pop out. You can see him for a second there. And so I'm taking this one off, and I've never shot 2 Aweoweos in one drop before in my entire life, because unlike patchis and stuff, they don't usually school up. It's usually one per hole, 1 or 2 per hole. So I line up on this other one here, and then I see another one behind it that was actually bigger. So I line up on that one instead. And I shoot him, and he was so close that I actually punched a hole all the way through him. As you can see here, he's not even on the prongs, he's actually on the actual spear. And so I kind of just angled my spear up so that he wouldn't be able to just slide off. And then secured my first ever double Aweoweo. Never done that before in my life. Two beautiful size Aweoweos. The one in my left hand, the one that I shot second, was actually a pretty big one. Bigger than I've shot in a while anyway. So going down on another patchi hole, and before I get down to the bottom, I noticed there's a taco. And immediately I could tell he was super small, but I just wanted to poke him out and you know, grab him and then let him go. But he was super quick. He pops out and then darts away. And because I was gonna let him go anyway, I loaded my spear and then went looking for patchis, but come back for this guy when he's a little bit bigger. So after that, I was pretty much done 3-pronging. I picked up the gun because I was seeing some nice moo. It was getting later in the day, and I spotted this collie from the surface. I actually spotted that smaller one that's in the back, and then as I was making my way down, this bigger one comes in with him. So they were pretty close right there, but I don't like to dive bomb fish too often because I miss all the time when I dive bomb fish. But so I hit the bottom here, and immediately they start coming in. And they come well within range, but I wasn't really comfortable taking this shot right here. They were kind of moving up and down in the water column a little bit, and so it was kind of hard for me to line up. But luckily he comes right back around, and I line up, Give him a nice spinal adjustment. But really nice sized collie. One of the best steam fish to eat on the reef, and I know a bunch of people that would argue it is the best steam fish on the reef. And a really beautiful size one too. I was super stoked to land this guy. I've been trying with the gun for a while on this dive and hadn't really been having any much luck. Saw the moose weren't coming in. And to get this collie, you can tell I'm pretty stoked on that. And a really beautiful fish too. I believe their English name is blue goatfish, and you can tell how they got their name. They got that bluish purple coloration, and in the sunlight it's really, really gorgeous, their colors. You'll see here in a second when I pull them up, their scales really just light up. Super pretty fish. And it's a little tough to see on camera here, but if you look around their eye, you can see it. They have these strands of purple color that stretch out from their eye like a ring around their eye. That's also pretty cool to see. Yeah, even more so now, you can see their colors. They light up a lot right after they die too. But super pretty fish. Good size one too, maybe like a 2-pounder, 2.5-pounder at the biggest, but perfect eating size. So right before we were about to head in, I saw a big pananu go underneath that rock right below me. And then as I was making my drop down, I noticed that he actually popped out because I was gonna go look in the hole, but he came out. So with the one band, I just went down. He was super calm, so I just dive bombed him. Pananus are one of the fish where I actually don't like to go to the bottom as much if they're being calm as I'm going down, because a lot of times they'll be super calm and then I'll hit the bottom and they're just taking off already. But got a nice shot in the gills here on one of my biggest pananus that I've ever shot. Super nice size one, super fat belly. But they're called, in English, they're called starry-eyed parrotfish or something like that. And that's because they have, just like, kind of like the monocollies, what I was talking about earlier, you can see it way more clearly on these guys, though. They have those strands of color going away from their eyes. It looks kind of like a star. But these guys are actually one of my favorite of the parrotfish to eat. And you can see here in a second how fat his belly is. Alright guys, that is it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Pretty action dive. Went out. I started off 3-prong and got a bunch of nice 3-prong fish, and then went after it with the gun. Wasn't really seeing much in the beginning, so I didn't have that much hope, but managed to luckily run into that really nice sized Moana Kali, as well as the nice pananu as well. So that was super sick. Managed to get some nice fish, and then sent it in, got it in before the sun went down, which doesn't happen to me super often when I go out on afternoon dives, because I try to stay like right until the sun sets, because that to me is when you have the best chance of seeing something good. But today got all the fish I needed before the sun went down. Managed to get back to shore while it was still light out, which was super nice. So yeah, super action dive, super fun, and yeah, unfortunately didn't have time for a catch and cook, and like I said in the beginning of the video, I do apologize for that. But hopefully, like I said, as time goes on, I'll be able to get back into the swing of things and get more catch and cooks out for you guys. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. I'll see you guys in the next one. Shoot.